Hey guys, Jeremy Scott here. Really quick, I'm going to take you through a banana and nut porridge that we make sometimes. You guys can do it as dessert, breakfast, lunch, really anytime you really want to. We typically do it as dessert because it's a little bit sweeter depending on what you add to it. I'm just going to walk down through the ingredients here really fast just so you guys know at home what you all need. We made ours with a half a cup of raw cashews, half a cup of raw almonds, and a half a cup of raw pecans. And the first step to it, you guys are going to take all the nuts, place them in a large bowl. Typically we put a little bit of sea salt on it and fill it with water. You guys are going to leave it in there overnight and cover it just so the nuts kind of get a little bit softer, so when you guys throw them in the food processor they get chopped up nice and even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these right now, since they've been soaking here overnight. I'm just going to take them and drain them really fast just so we can kind of get all the fluid out of it. So you guys do the same thing at home. Once they're soaked in there, typically 8, 10, 12 hours, whatever it is, they should typically be good to go. So I took a big strainer here that we have in our kitchen. Just kind of let all the water run out of it, or at least most of it anyway, just so they are soft enough. I'm just going to dump them back into my original bowl here. And honestly, the prep of this is the hardest part by far, just getting these soft enough. Otherwise, the whole recipe literally takes just a handful of minutes. So once I have these drained in the bowl, basically I'm just going to take them, throw them into, if you have a food processor like a Vitamix or a Ninja or something, like we have, typically that should do the trick. So just a little bit more of a high-powered blender than the usual. So the other things you guys are going to need, either coconut milk or almond milk, which we have almond milk here. We like it a little bit better. I just get the unsweetened vanilla. Typically, all you guys need is just 2 cups. So I'm just going to fill up my 2 cups worth and dump it in as well. So again, that's your guys' choice. We do the almond, but coconut works just as well. I think the original recipe we actually have will call for coconut, but for the sake of today, we'll keep it almond. The next thing you guys need is 1 banana. Typically the riper the better. What you see here is probably about as ripe as we could find it at our local Sprouts. So take this, you guys peel it, just dump it in. Same thing, you're going to dump it in with the food processor, chop it up nice and neat. And the last thing will be cinnamon. Typically 2 teaspoons works. I'm a huge cinnamon guy, so I don't really measure it. I'm just going to put in just a ton. So you guys kind of do it to flavor, but just know it calls for 2 teaspoons, but I'm a cinnamon freak, so I kind of go overboard with it. Other than that, if you guys want to throw a little stevia in there to sweeten it up, you can. I think the original recipe also you can put, when it's all said and done, if you guys want to throw in some raisins or even chopped walnuts to give it a little bit more of a texture, you can. But basically all you need is your nuts as prescribed, almond milk, and your banana with some cinnamon, and typically you're good to go. So the whole recipe in a nutshell is there. So from this point on, we're going to take it in, throw it in our processor. Bear with me here just a second, see how this goes. Maybe. So it takes maybe 30-40 seconds. And if you guys can get a glimpse of this to see kind of the consistency of what you're working with here, it kind of looks like that porridge like material. Now the original thing where you guys can do, if you're not going to do one big bowl, you guys can do small bowls. So I'm just going to pour in just a little bit right now. And you guys kind of see the thickness of it here. Now there's 2 ways to go about this. You guys want to break it up into smaller bowls, you definitely can. So let's say you're just going to do a little bit here. You guys would take this, you throw it in your microwave for maybe 40 seconds just to heat it up so it gets nice and warm. And then that's where you can take maybe a little bit of almonds, or if you guys want to throw a few raisins on it, heat it up, and stuff tastes pretty good, super healthy. So just another idea for you guys to try. Give it a shot at home. Again, ingredients list at the very beginning, and see what you think.